Hey guys, what's up? Today I'll talk about how I made my race part 4. This is new 6 wife. I'm gonna talk about part 4. How I made my race part 4. Okay, let's go. Okay, introduction. Before the mountain, my father count was 41. In my previous video, I explained how my every family had gone to 41 wives. I reached the point that where the numbers would stay for a while. Life was already full of schedules, celebration, discipline, laughter, and the daily challenge of making sure every person feels sick. Then one day delivery changed everything. I left home mentally emergency decision for the accelerated resuscitation expected to return before sunrise. Instead, I found 6 strangers trapped across supernatural mountain. Their names were Aqua, Arcurios, Notsocath, Forest SC, ABC, Moony, and Vammieu. We didn't earn it yet, but that night we turned into 41 into 47. Okay, 41 plus 6 into 47. But the equation had the rest started. The number is easy to calculate. 41 plus from earlier total of my life classes were when I met at Mount Eira equals 47. But I don't want to do it the same day I climbed multiple 6 points. I wanted to save lives. The same way during the dead moments come much later at this Noctavia friendship visit to 6 homeless honest conversation with my existing family. I separate this what we have preserved. This is rescue story first, a love story second, and love family story in the end. The name in the 47 is represent an individual promise not and trophies. Okay, next. This is my new 6 right? And how I make them platform. Okay, this is product. A recommendation run that way to tower Mount Eira. The village meter office issued 3 warnings, but the mountain station had patient waiting for medicine. Averted because the back road was supposed to be open until midnight. My wife asked me to wait, and I was to follow the road. Con every rock, very aware, turning back if the spell was. 47 minutes later, the leaders went silent. Some snow crushed the road like smoke. Yet the painters did not move. My compass plan was imported out over to Mount Eira. A big said only the river crossed between countries with entrances. Then a blue light flashed from the ridge. Someone was yelling for help, so I put rope, blankets, clothes, and the machine and beginning for climbing. The next, the warning. See the 6 glowing path prepare where when there should be. On halfway of the ridge, the desert was the road and revealed 6 paths glowing cyan, violet, sea blue, silver, gold, and pale purple. A forest cover marked the street between them, and away their eyes, most rupees returned them, lost the dawn. The mountain shadowed and 6 clans crossed the wind. One was hundred so despite fear. When coordinates, one side beneath the city, the ice, one avalanches, one gave a small wind rock. The last time as two was from the same direction. Then a group around the marker directed into luminous trend. Notice the sun first revealing that rescue 1% of the time. The mountain had connected all 6. Okay, next. This is multicultural from Pelagia. Aqua from the tunnel gathered a country with only living water. The estimate, it is green Aqua from the tunnel gathered a country built on living water. Aqua came from Korea, a bright river country of sapphire canals, floating rodent, and rich shape from clear blue crystal. Repeatedly water every kindness performed beside it. Aggressive, a skipper of the blue hunt, the spring from the capital. She was joyful, impulsive, and famous for telling ceremonies, in the celebration. Yet, our mission was desperate. The blue heart has begun feeding, slowing every levy and loving every dollar. An extreme climb to the first door climb for land from Mount Eira. Aqua crossed the ocean alone because she feared abandoning so this moment the mountain military homeland had come to Kagetsu. Okay, next. Aqua mission. No matter in Africa, a voice infant. And to that absolutely Aqua saw a perfect copy of Cerulia's secret crystal hanging above the presumed Jews. She knew it may be tried to the top of the country and the tunnels of Skeldra. The moment the food reached the middle, the beach, fractured and half clinging to the tinted slab above a Lucretius still trying to joke with news she got. Upon the crystal that news the mountain from forth. The ice could not hold the both of us and called flat, climbing an anchor into the lake, and lowered the glowing rope while cracks had beneath her fingers. Okay, next. Okay, let's go here. Pointed at me while I pulled her from crevices. I cracked the door just as fast crystal burst already squeezing water across the ridge. Instead of using on a snare to climb, she shoved the that water into shell warming her process to the way from tearing me off the ridge. I locked my boots against the anchor and pulled until my shoulder bent and air over the edge, certain before the bridge disappeared. The landed is the stars not shaking and nothing cool. The rescue succeeded because leaders were alone. The second route was already sealed, dependent of the entire night, every possessive unit within part of the night's strategy. I rescue her first and next. You save me, don't receive these things, man. After I had returned to the market and listened, instead she noticed my medicine case and asked us all waiting. She pressed once again hand against the ice and listened to the water moving below the angle. 5 distant heartbeats occurred to the hidden streams. One of them is underwater, she whispered. Aqua froze of surface to the water, and the center of her became warm like was. Then she tilted her enormous red brow and pointed toward the violet tree. Up here, at the ridge, which infiltrated to the purple. You saved me, she said. Now we saved the goodness. At that moment, the mission began to the broadcast. The next. Okay, the next one is a ship from Astravia. The police came for the public that navigated the stars. A tourist was put in Astravia and handling a public observatory's clock towers and mountains of less were crossed surface by reading in a scan. So growing up in the Royal House of Maps, learning constellation before the street house, precise, quiet, and stable logic. Skeldra trusted measurement were easy to progress. The process running with a tiny penny blue cortical. Trying to source of melting changes. And when before the storm, Astravia varies from every telescope, snow, observation, and the ocean slowly became counting backward. Arcurios created a fragment of the missing star harbor on Mount Eira. So she climbed to get there and finished their final map written by her late brother. Instead, this is my next move the out from her. I rescue her. Okay, next. Aquarius just slow. If there was between Joe written her to the same book. The blood stuff in it, the civil for Atlas, and we do step look back to the same telescope. Then related to other lighting systems with crossing across the much to enough planets reveal and collecting. By the time, um, by the time Aqua and I arrived, she had covered with words with the concept. We are reading, she said, you are 9 minutes late because only one clock still moving. Aqua made it like her, a person only instrument. Well, the room with of this sound and movement, but if I got the shadows, they waited for the moonlight to cross the globe and follow the orange shadow that changed. I looked through an hidden door as behind the transport and take one from the collapse. Alright, next. And here to the door while Aqua held the fallen ceiling. The wooden star made platforms that we give of course. She got the edge with one hand while Pico pointed her shoulder after her rope across the river. I pushed the gap and pushed myself on this stone. A crevice opening vulnerable water to sneak the closer ice. Across the rope should have been suddenly out the staff went looked inside the telescope. I wanted to contact the test until I understood it was the last piece of wood she had shared with her mother. And the line Aqua had the swimming and across the desk in her free hand. Until her after the race as the observatory enters the snow behind hands. At the next, it was when the five survivors by the Magenta I said the route. Arcurios was the recovered stuttering inside silver glass focus instead of pointing up with evil. Flying the right direction shift as meant that instrument responded to extension with the blank belonged to someone who stood on the director's way. When she aimed toward me, the needle shook violently. Attention to the was correctly. There was the closest thing to circle of it. Curious to ask because the really seemed asking Astravia missing scan. The murder was using stolen pieces for different less to power the stone. The public see the point how the wood at present like where Aqua had a blue for deep in the eyes. So this is I meet her under the cliff when she trying to reach the from the star. There is missing pieces. The next my next web is Notsocath, a cave primarily settled by the sea. Notsocath from Pelagia, an island of the country of coral reefs. Both temples and villages built above clear lagoons where people believe see the sky where sea travel during rare storms. Notsocath as take a Travis reading memories stored in the shells and spotted with small sea touches. Several orange goldfish followed her everywhere, especially a starman named Amber. Pelagia has suffering from silent tides. Waves arrive without sound. Fish abandon the sleeps. A seldom dream of ice beneath tropical water. Noctavia to swim through a sea cave and wish inside Mount Eira. The portal floods has to play with a lake that proves magic crossing. This is how I rescue her in that image using wrote the Rose Kesa in line. Okay, next. Okay, the frozen lab. Once shrinking, Burma remained beneath the surface. Aquarius confronted the festival on the ridge. Notsocath floated below to us. Regular ice. The pale blue were moving in the water while Hungarian ship signaled around a small pocket of hair around her face. She looked down, I was made with the river was shaking. Uncle made the water, but yet nothing to protect was told to flood the tunnel and break everyone. Aqua measured the unsteadiness. Aqua retrieved the current with the S and drove the road toward the point the rope. With the rope around my waist, I planted an orange flag. As consulted as the flag on the evening. Notsocath opened her cold eyes and raised one hand for the line. The eyes shrank before completed the escapade, and the surface dropped briefly. Okay, next. Notsocath tapping her left breast before saving herself. I felt it was so cold it felt like glass entering my lungs. The rope tangled under us, pulling stole my direction. Notsocath pushed the final hair from her mother to me at the altitude. That single breath of enough time to see amber enough orange glow leading toward the ring. I let the turbulent water astronaut secure the rope beneath her arms, kicking upward while Aqua and Glass from above. We worked well together for several seconds in the escape speed. Then as a gift touched through the ice, I sang one long note. We looked at us as food blowing rose through the mountain walls and revealing tunnels that storm had to seal. After next, Rush returned flew and Trent's no ownership. When we warm enough to continue, Notsocath explained Pelagia is tied up. Like Trent, a promise to return Scottish when Scottish inherited naval ownership. I told she owed me nothing, but she had already said her last breath. The smile answer then when I eat to just when what comes next. I suggested to me from after the mountain related could never make a shortcut to romance. Every picture choices has to remain free. Notsocath listened to the nucleus and heard someone talking beneath an avalanche corridor. She gathered her goldfish, accepted a sparkle, and led us toward the silver trail where a blurry breast blue one still floated in the sun. Up next, okay, this is where I mean across the sea. Read averages the world source reefs. First, let's go to the sea from Skeldra. She from Skeldra, I think the mountain country of rain. Snow path and village led by winter police. She grew up between land and sea. Her gray and white shark-tailed leaf are actually balanced. She led to rich chances in snow as natural as celebration. She's born from UK and Albania. Once became Skeldra Foster's rescue connect, love, stable, funny, and unwilling to leave anyone behind. One day, Mount Eira opened, she was carrying racing across an elderly border pass. The storm followed the road and placed her and mountain instant. Most believe the mountain has foreign rescuers from different countries because it wanted people who always stand by for someone else. Especially also her on the mountain snow, while she holding a chest. Okay, next. She did the forest just seconds. She redirected an avalanche away from tree climbers. Was attested to close climbers with the beneath an unstable creek. She could not honor their elders while guiding them, so she triggered a small slide to redirect the beam forward. The climbers escaped toward the floor place was denied. A single wave was beside a slam of blue ice. When we reached the silver trail, one looked remained above snow. Still giving her advantage with this test, standing bit heavy from first one couple. Careful, less listening. Even one trail frustrated our rescue. Arcurios spotted the rhythm of her tapping. Notsocath dressed in her pocket beneath the leaf. Aqua sorted the ice without letting them snowfall. I covered for space, and one shoulder break her to the main pin, especially and the image. Until we get the ice together, when the mountain shook. As you can see, the rescue fall. The snow over Ross Shelter was too heavy to comprehend. Still, a climbing giant against the rock and threaded our rope through it. Aquarius counted the simplest moment between timers. Aqua first to reject space, not so careful the water away from the water from Ross Island. After the handle, the snap was by the centimeter while the edge known was as brush of the business just directly before freeing herself. The Shamfisi Institute. When the tails made she tried to stand and really collapsed. The carrying her to shelter where she complained that here should not be carried. A reply that next game will have engineer become Astravia. I said to him. The first ask that strength also means accepting the inside a channel water was finally allowed Noctavia to vanish away while Aqua one asked the medicine test. She admitted that Cerulia celebrated rescuing severely, obviously that asking for help feels like play. The mountain that Astravia believed trapping her with very people and medicine she determined. We reminded her to abandon something to did not allows courage, it allowed the courage to continue. Police task the tails to carefully to escorted for reading the slopes of him. The Silverstone joined a group for survivors now work as as one rescue. After Scopus sure a good point inside a forest blackmails. Cosmic is that whatever is the smart, angry, and very much alive. The next we got Moony. Moony gathered the travelers with the two ones. Moony came from Noctavia, which is the US, but not forest country with twin mansion over related against the trees. A people winning guidance to protect the village from the storm. Moony was small compared with the others, but British is darkness. In darkness. The mismatched eyes serve different purposes. The blue eyes for the river, the gold eyes for the path guided by fear. Her blue wing carries orange eyes Noctavia is two dogs meeting. A mere storm-trapped sleeping village inside a with the armies. So Moony just through the sky until a stark brown eye. She entered the village was alone, determined to bring the storm home and to spend before her father forgot how to wake. As you can see on the tree, she on the cliff, about to fall, but I rescued her using rope, and she thanked me. Okay, next. The Weird Wisdom. Every revision shows Moony a different layer. The weather force, hundreds of moonies flow in different directions. One Reflection show her small to have, another show how free falling. Other show every travelers she gathered at disappearing into darkness. The real morning had reached a narrow and slanted. To the distant trails brought the far stars fair somewhere beneath her. We could see her head, ears, missing eyes, wings a little delicate view. Yet every step toward her produced another copy. Aquarius and compass spring Aqua is water reflected movements. Notsocath with every open brief reading. Post warning that the lash would not carry the whole group. Warning growled at the mirrors, refusing to surrender, but she could not alter which path her went. Discovery. We found Moony by closing our eyes. Moony solved the plate herself. She closed to her with and listening for pulse heartbeat. Aqua nervous humming Arcurios complete seconds and Notsocath what the song. The Copenhagen outside the first mirror becomes silent, the real Moony answers with one determined chip. I crawled to the ledge with the rope anchored behind me and stretched both arms across the gap. Moony learned about broken sharks were down trailing over the beach, both wings back for balance. The bells locked around my gloved wrists as you see on the image. I held her forearms and brushed back with my knees, I pulled until she reached her legs. I crossed surrounded her strong wings with warm, living water. The cross done joined our rope, and every false illusion faded into harmless snow. Okay, next. Then I emitted the burst of love. What would he reveal? As we left the metaverse, the snow carried universe through the dance. After my 41 wives agreed to continue time to save the Skeldra and bring everyone home safely. The wives gave me strength to keep moving. Moony opened her blue eyes and stared at me through illusion. The first image that started and then its fast beneath vanished. I understood the same fear when trying to kill us, but the love gives us the courage to protect people in danger. Moony remained close to us, close to the group after that, watching for each other, warning us wherever the snow clouded another crossroad. The wounded girl broke her upright silhouette while both blue and orange wings immensely. I also learned that Moony was Sunny's sister. Sunny had already become my wife in the previous chapter of my story, and when finally returned home, she was trying to see her sister was sick. She embraced Moony and welcomed her warmly into our family. I'm happily excited Moony is easy to become my new wife. Sunny was careful that mounting her them and giving the sister chance to share their life. With the Sunny's blessing, Moony is still beside us. The couples revealed one final valuable point leading toward the summit shrine. Okay, next. This is 47 Kagetsu. Vammieu carried two complete verses within one life. You can from Kagetsu, a shrine called Moon Seals, which is Japan. Butterfly Gardens, a twin blade gardens, she was not. Twins with coded adolescents, two doctors, Vam and Mew. Share one body after childhood, it was returned from Christmas. Vam was tired, fierce and impatient. Mew was thoughtful, playful, and able to notice emotion well dry to hand. Together they formed Vammieu, one garden with two complete perspectives into this. They fought in perfect harmony, one guided left blade and the other right. The mission began when the Deltarune country's moon sea disappeared, weakening the boundary between dreams and waking life. The terrace ordered and Mount Eira's summit strength. Excuse me, I have her on the image. I'm holding her hand. Okay, nice. The device is trying. The mom disabled the Vammieu from her only patient. The propelled rail coast a ruined beach surrounded by frozen vines and butterflies trapped outside its eyes. At its center, Vammieu stood with one blade while the two reflected silhouettes ordered behind him. Mount Eira divided in a burst, Vam controlled the body, and but the winner was set instead a movie mirror, as stated on the image. Vammieu Vam is very faded. Without Vam, Mio had no physical hand to close the shrine gate. The story fed on the disagreement, whispering that only one voice does determine. Raven tried to block everyone. Mio rolled for call for all of them, repeated, "Do not defeat me. You're united us." The stolen wound still hung above the bridge, wrapped in black flames and frozen. As you can see, the mountain separated Vammieu from other reputation on the edge. The bit divided strong. With this rescue wealth supply one part of Vammieu's escape. The final rescue required every gift we had granted. Aqua counted the mirror with living quarters with the repeated one true image. Across aligned the Stockhouse with bullshit. Notsocath pocketed the clearer magic beneath the sign, plus travelers the broken bridge. Moony detected the reflection that preserved the heartbeat, attraying Oss's Kana, traveled into the rope and through the knot to the mirror. Mio cut it from either side. Vammieu Vam resisted my end, they pulled toward the other one. I touched the frozen chest for the bridge. The rope run through my gloves. Vam shot 1, 3 on 3, while Mio one that Vam lives on 2. Naturally, Vam fell on 2. Two troops returned to one hut. The mirror exploded into harmless thing. For one instant, two figures stood beside each other. Instead, their both lights flooded into view. She opened her blue-gray eyes, spoke into two perfectly aligned groups. "We are here," with the both in a safe instant. She crossed the twin bridge to cut the remaining ice strands. The moon shield fell into my hands, and the shrine gate closed. All the children were alive, but the warning on the stone mark still remained. Return them or lose the dawn. So the star fragment moon was still revealed the truth. Mount Eira was a frozen doorway between the six countries. It could reopen only if closed submitted together, carrying uh, one, one another's trust to another. One another trust. Okay, next. Okay, when I said the thieves will never have disputed, they was the key. Each rescue had unclocked one ability needed for the summit. Aqua carried living water, Arcurios carried the star compass, Notsocath heard hidden currents, Frost WC, read unstable snow, Moony darkness, fear made maps. Vammieu carried the Moonlight Bond sail and twin blades. It was not the 70, it was simply the road contingent. As we subscribed above the clocks, rescue changed into stress. When asleep, I tried frost water beneath my boots. When the trail vanished, I could found the direction with our stars. A second had cornerstone, cosmos reverses at the base, and Moony gathered the darkness behind us, limited the furnace as one. We reached the summer bridge together just as the mountain released every avalanche at once. as you can see on the top image. On the climax, the avalanche meets a certain it could not break. It could not outrun the white wall, so the six built something stronger than speed. And Aqua was a curved shield of living water, forced to receive should the snow erase it. Notsocath guided the first into underground channels, Aquarius MS toward the stable reach. When called Correction for above Vammieu split his other's eyes further with blue blades. The only test was to keep every rope strength connected. The Pelagia pulled me from my feet, but the chest translated into perfect circle. The moon, sun, and star fragment loose inside it. Across the summit divided the average of us, and upper sinks doorway one to each homeland. One could escape discreetly. Instead, the six linked together and crossed as one group. Dawn threatened to bound yet. Along the fire after them, the truth about 41. The danger over we shelter beside a small fire and Polly talked. As is explained my existing family, the 41 was eating at home. The crowd cleanliness and the root that mattered the most, honesty, compassion, and room for every person to remain herself. Aqua laughed until the sea spilled her red rain. Ross asked whether we had emergency plan. Arcurios requested evidence that 41 district could function. Notsocath asked whether anyone had studied Pelagia is sanitized, Moony cold beside the warm coat. Vammieu found the situation upset. Mew replied that upset did not mean impossible. No one proposed to miss that night. And greater after rescue was not up, and rescue created no obligation. We agree only to remain friends and reopen the six passage. Friendship months later, friendship become trust before it can be romance. The story continued long after the storm ended. I visited her and her Aquarius from the Blue Hut, and I saw her across had completed her mother star Aquarius, and I still continued long after the snow melted. After months later, friendship became trust before it became romance. The story continued long after the snow melted. I visited Korea and had acquaintance to the Blue Hut in Astravia across and I with her mother's star map. Noctavia academy through Pelagia straightening hands, Frost remained on Skeldra instead Skeldra and secretly proved that she could carry me faster than I could carry her. Moony guided our journey to Noctavia and became the family stepmother. International Vammieu taught me how to harness perspective for the city of 51 word. The six made my my existing life through the long conversation, share work, awkward mentioning, apologies and laughter. Nobody was replaced, each relationship developed separately and play until friendship become trust and close and until friendship become trust and trust slowly become love. Okay, and then the proposal. Each wife chose her own moment and own preferences. The proposal didn't happen together. Aqua as beside the grass Restal Spring. Aqua as beside Korea is Little Spring. Arcurios chose the night as Astravia his north star return. Notsocath made her promise on Pelagian beach when the waves became the order began. First proposed after we completed First WC proposed after we completed winter rescue because of being bullied. Moony developed a ring tie safely beside her blue and orange wing. Then she pretended she not practiced the landing. Vammieu proposed to us in one conversation, Ram directly and Mew politely both agreeing on the same future. I answer each woman separately because each nation deserves its own decision. Only after every family member had time to speak did we planned one ceremony at the foot of Mount Eira where the six open doorways form a circle of light. Conclusion, I became the husband and they became my wives. As you can see on the image, that is my sixth wife, Aqua, Arcurios, First AVC, Vammieu, and Notsocath, and Moony. Okay? Okay, on conclusion, I became the husband and they became my wives. Since new wife. Okay, that is me on the middle. I became the husband and they became my wives. At the wedding, Elizabeth from Cerulia, Astravia, Pelagia, Skeldra, Noctavia, and Kagetsu stood beside my first 41 wives. Aqua wore the clothes Aqua from Deltarune wore the clothes of living water. Arcurios carried Astravia. Notsocath is calm like a tie. Frost underscore Daisy or Frost Daisy or should call her Frost, were winter is shaped around her tent. Moony were Moony discount design around her original uptight body and two brilliant wings. And Sunny is Moony's wife. Sunny is sister Moony. Sunny, his only sister, approved my marriage before. Moony were a moonlit, less gown design around her original uptime body and two brilliant wings. Vammieu carrying Bajadi gold butterflies and two united voices. Vammieu can carry Bajadi gold butterfly and two united voices. We did not marry because I rescued them. We married because after the rescue, we kept choosing honesty, freedom, and friendship and love. That day I became the husband, they became my and that day I became the husband, they became my wives, and the family count changed from 41 to 47. As you can see on the image, how I meet my wife, my sixth wife. Okay, next. Okay, final words. 41 plus 46 become 47 promises. Aqua taught me that joy can survive fear. Aquarius taught me that trust is the direction we choose. Notsocath taught me that courage must be written freely. Frost taught me that rescues also deserve care. Moon taught me to recognize fear pretending to be love. Vammieu taught me that true truth can share one heart without becoming one. 47 is not traffic now, it is 47 individual lives. It's requiring presence and respect. Mount Eira now connects all 6 countries. And our family has guarded the road, sometimes 7 doorway across above the summit. For now, I'm simply say this. One medicine delivery we can rescue 6 families friendships, 6 love story, and the beginning of our family next chapter. Okay, next. That is on final words is every meeting become a place to call home. Life is not measured by how many chapters fill in the book. It lives in the kindness, trust, laughter, and courage shared within each one. 47 different paths now from one beautiful journey and the best memory still waiting to be met. Okay, that's for my video, how I meet my best friend. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.